I like watch. I don't know. I grew up with watching. Like you said, it's the generational.
I like watching too, but I still.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Yes. Evening.
Is Joe on? No. I have Brian.
6:57.
Hi,
We're
Brian.
good.
Hey, sorry, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good, good.
I think that's the bad chair.
We'll see.
I think so.
You got the shrinker?
We'll
Yeah,
find
I think
out.
so.
Oh, that chair?
Yeah.
That one's the worst.
The Snickleford's chair. Yeah, it's definitely good.
John still swears it works.
Yeah, Jim
Yeah,
still thinks it's
you
good.
will.
That thing's been here forever. I got stuck with it for a whole year one time.
You just think.
I think like Dan Peters would like look for it and make sure it was here, because I every day I'm like, how do I get this low rider all the time?
If John swears they don't shrink.
Yeah, he says it's good.
But I like that he got it the last time.
Yeah, yeah. And I think he did finally give the okay, all right, we can get a new one.
You get it in writing?
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time? It's time. All right.
It is.
All right, welcome to the August 8th, 2024 Pawling Joint Sewer Commission. Can you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Hopefully everyone had a chance to read the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. And can I get an approval to approve a motion, not an approval, a motion to approve the July 2024 Treasurer's Report as presented?
I'll make a motion for that.
I'm not sure that you can, James.
Yeah, oh, Kathy pulled all that stuff. She has it. She didn't send it over to you guys?
No, I
Yeah.
mean, we watched your meetings, there was no appointments
So
made.
Kathy pulled the records for us, and she said I don't know how it's, I guess I'll have someone tomorrow. She says it's never been a formal resolution for the supervisory part of the sewer
It should be.
commission.
Should always be.
Yeah, it's never been done that way, only,
I-
are you sure?
I would have to, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at
Until
all.
we can make sure
Absolutely.
for sure, if you don't
Yeah.
mind not maybe making.
Yeah, I thought that went over to you guys today, but I guess it didn't go over, but yeah,
No.
she pulled all that stuff
We
for me
didn't get
already.
anything, because I asked for
No,
it, so.
I understand.
So why don't you?
Yes, I will, yeah.
Kind of, and then we'll get to the bottom of that?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
I'll make the motion for the treasury report.
Okay,
And I'll second it.
any questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye. And I need a motion to approve the July 2024 vouchers as presented and the prepaid vouchers in the amount of $69,177.25.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion to transfer $69,177.25 from the O&M account to checking account to pay the July 2024 vouchers. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Is there somebody on the phone? Hello?
Yeah, that's you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a lot of,
Hello?
there's feedback or something.
Okay, hang on, let me fix that. I'm gonna mute it for a sec, but go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right, so for discussion, reference 50.24, customer 20162 requests waiver of penalty in the amount of $41.08. Customer did set up a web check with M&T Bank, check never arrived to Village Hall and customer reissued a new check. This, I'll be honest, has happened several times with people using this. I don't do it, I guess, because
No,
Steve, it's a
me.
generational
I
thing.
definitely don't do that.
Well,
I don't, I don't use that
Yeah.
system, but I know people do, and,
And she actually showed the proof, she
Yeah.
sent over the.
yeah, she said, yeah. So I don't have an issue with this, so I would recommend that we waive that,
I'll second that.
penalty. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 51.24, estimate from H.A. Schreck for Sheridan Drive Pump Station generator to replace stator? In him, static?
Stater.
Well, whatever it is, amount of $2,850.50. Anybody have any questions?
Is this the generator we're always?
I don't know, I keep
Yeah.
feeling like we're always
Is it-
talking about
Is
these
this it
things.
now with
So,
this?
well,
We're hoping
so the
or?
last time they told us that we needed a new
Control
control.
board.
Control, right.
Now,
We did that, and they put that in, and then they said, no, we need this too, so.
What is this
We're up
piece?
to about $8,000 in this now.
really?
All for Sheridan Drive.
And this is just to repair a generator,
Yeah, because
not buy a new
We
generator?
first had Rooney come out and do all the rewiring and the transfer switch.
Yeah,
That
yeah, I
was
remember that.
4,200. Then they came out, Shrek, and did the control, that was
Control.
1,500.
And now this,
And now
That's the
this.
problem. Jason.
yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Rich, any input, or it's just
You know,
nature of the beast and we have to do
my
it?
opinion, right from the get-go, from a long time ago, I thought that possibly these generators should have been bigger. I mean, they're just little propane generators. I mean, I'm used to a big generator. These are basically home generators. And that's my opinion.
Are they
I
like a
mean-
residential line, Rich? Is that what you're saying?
What?
Are they like kind of more of a residential generator?
Right, yes.
Yes, that's what
Are
he's
they like
saying.
tag behind you?
Okay, no, I'm sorry,
That you hook up?
No, that's okay. Chime in, Brian, if you have any thoughts.
They had no hours on.
Yeah, just sitting up.
So it's just because they're sitting there, but they
Yeah,
get
sitting.
started every,
They're exercised once a week.
once a week.
That's automatic or is that manual?
Automatic.
Automatic.
And then there is alarms, everything exercises on Wednesday, and there is alarms, so if we show up and the alarm is on, we know it didn't exercise. And we try to, once a week, start it so we can listen to it too.
Do you happen to know what the stator part is?
Yeah, I didn't know what that, I thought it was a typo.
Anybody?
Sorry.
I thought it was slowing down. I think it controls the electric.
Do you know what the part is, the stator?
Stator?
I honestly don't
That's,
know.
that's on the generator, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Power
believe it
producing
controls
it.
with the flow of the electric.
Rich, when they turn on and exercise, do they actually, is there a load applied or is it just the generator turning on?
No, just generator turns on, no load.
There's a basketball out there.
Ah,
The stator provides a
Thank you.
magnetic field that drives a rotating armature in the generator. It converts the rotating magnetic field to electricity.
Very good over there.
Google.
Thanks, James.
I mean, what's a new generator cost if we're gonna be into this thing almost $8,000?
How big is this generator?
it's a
I think it's a
residential.
20K.
20 kW.
Yep.
But they can't be that expensive.
Hmm?
A 20 kW can't be that expensive.
Do you know
right?
offhand approximately what a new one would cost?
I'd be lying to you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing $5,000.
Google?
This is liquid cooled, right? Liquid cooled too,
It's a Generac.
No, this one's propane, is that liquid cooled?
No.
Oh.
20.
$5,000.
I'm gonna say anywhere from 5 to 15,000, depending on how,
All right,
how hard
so-
you wanna go.
And
Yeah.
we're spending 8 to fix this one.
Yeah, 5 to
Something doesn't
5,800
seem right here.
For Generac.
Well, we're already into it.
Well, we're
Five.
already in it, and it's still not working, so.
My thoughts are to do the replacement, so keep it up and running, but I think we need to, for next year's budget, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Budget for a new one.
because we have, how many generators? 5?
There's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5.
So Green Lawn is brand new, West Main is brand new, of the five.
And are those bigger ones? Or
West
did we buy
Main-
these little dinky ones?
West Main Street's a common diesel.
Oh, it's
So,
big.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's big.
Okay.
And the other one up to Baxter Green is a 4-cylinder Ford. I mean, it's an industrial generator. And the other ones are the Generac.
And they're air cooled, that small one too. You really wanna get like a liquid cooled to have more reliability on these small engines. Right, the air cooler is just too small.
They're small.
Yeah, right, the liquid cooled runs a whole bunch, which I think kicks in like 26, 27, I think, is when they start going to liquid cooled.
Yeah.
It's a much better generator,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, it's something you should later on, get this one fixed,
then you
of
can-
course.
And have it as a backup.
And start
But
really,
get
I mean,
better ones.
having Brian, look into, this is what we really should have here.
Right, right,
It's gonna be dependable.
okay.
I think that's the
All right.
discussion we should have a budget time for sure.
Yes, so I put it down here to
Yeah.
budget for a new one, but budget for a liquid
For a
cool
real- yeah,
and,
that's a little more.
and a little larger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're looking more than 15K then.
Well, it was 5 to 5.
The old
Yeah, but that's for
owners
the
No, no,
little
start-
guy.
Yeah.
were, the old Onins that we pulled out that were from 1981, I mean, they were a good running,
Yeah.
generator,
Generator.
but you can't get parts for them anymore.
Yeah.
Ah. All right.
So I will make the motion to do the repair for 2850 to J. Shrek.
Hopefully that's the end of it. I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 52.24. This is, approving leader, determining lead agency, for 15 Memorial. That would be our, this is the planning board, yeah. So this is giving our village planning board, lead agency for 15 Memorial Avenue.
Wait a minute, did I mix them up?
What did you mix up?
I have 52 as.
52.24.
I just mixed them up in the.
Yeah, 5224 is
Ah.
136.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right, 'cause wasn't that?
Yeah,
Was that for the
that's
zone-
why I was confused. When I saw
Zoning.
planning board, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right, zoning board, right?
yeah, she's got the
Yeah.
numbers.
No,
now.
I understand, for
Yeah.
15
So
So
Memorial.
15 Memorial's for zoning.
Yes.
All right. We're talking the right thing, but
Yeah.
the numbers are different. That's why I was surprised when I saw planning board at the bottom, but I didn't look at the, all right, so 50, so we're gonna say 5224 is
Mhm.
the zoning board for 15 Memorial.
Correct.
Okay, so that's 52. All right, so does anybody have any issue with giving lead agency to the zoning board for 15 Memorial?
No.
So I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, lead agency for 146, 140 East Main. And this is the planning board declaring lead agency for that project. Anybody have any questions regarding that? So this is 53.
Right, 53. No, this is giving the planning board lead agency, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep. So can I get a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, rural water camera work.
You can have Rich just touch
Rich, do you wanna just touch on, the rural water camera work that was done, I think it was a couple weeks ago now?
Yes, they were having problems coming, well, they came down the line. The laterals coming into the sewer line were caked up with crust and things, so he couldn't go all the way down to the next manhole.
Yeah, where was this? Just give us.
Croton, isn't it Croton?
No.
Main.
over-
East Main.
East Main.
East Main.
Okay. So then he had to go to the next manhole and go back up. To get a good camera work in the future, we should jet that line out really clean so we can, you know, get a good look at the sewer laterals coming into, the main itself. We have a few manholes on West Main Street that I'm gonna work with the highway on trying to get them open. They got some blacktop on them. They're sealed for some reason, so we gotta work on that.
Okay.
They did look at the line up on Reservoir Road, from the work done from TAM. And, Brian could probably get you up to speed better on that, but it looks good where they did that fix, and they went down to the second spot, and they couldn't find anything, wrong. And I think Brian could probably elaborate more on that one, on Reservoir Road.
Yeah, well, the first time, it looks like there's a lateral connection there, right, that was potentially leaking. That's why, you know, that package for them to, you know, do the repair that was created. But I guess when Rural Water did it again, they didn't find anything, right, Rich? Even, they
No.
didn't even find a lateral, is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
Or they saw the lateral and there wasn't.
There was no issue.
Anything get around it.
there's no issues.
yeah.
And then the only other thing that we have to think about is over at Croton
That's
River.
what I was thinking.
We gotta clean that line out too, because it's full of debris, and it's in a swampy area.
That's
and
one,
That's the one running
On
along
Dutcher?
the tracks on Dutcher.
okay.
That line needs to be cleaned out too. It does have debris and rocks in it. I would like, if we could, we can get some prices on it. Rural Water's gonna be coming back. I'd like to see if we can shoot that line.
Jet it?
Jet it.
Jet it, and then
And
we
then
can
have
get the
them
camera
camera
go
it.
in. Now, the problem, running the camera from Fairway over to Croton, there's a few manholes out there. He can't get to them with his truck because it's all marshy area. So that might be a challenge, to get that one section camera.
Okay.
Well, when
When-
are they coming back to that?
Yeah,
Rich?
what's the
When's that
dates?
scheduled?
Do we know when the dates are? They're October?
Not right off, yeah, it's in
I think they're
October.
October, the very
Yeah.
beginning of
That's
October, I
what
think.
I remember those dates.
So if we can look into maybe getting some pricing for jetting the line so that it is cleaned out, so that when they do come back, we can have them camera as much as they can, I guess?
Matter of fact, I'm talking to Cook, Savarese, and M&O for pump station prices,
So
so
ask-
at the same time,
yes.
I will
Yes.
get that clued in.
Yes, please.
I had
That would be great.
Savarese and Cook got back to me so far.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for M&O.
All right, if you can circle back to Savarese and Cook and add this as another task
Yep.
with a separate price, should we not move, I don't want it commingled in case we only move forward one and not the other,
Right,
but just have them quote that as well, so that if we think we can do it and get it done before we have the camera work back.
would you want East Main Street included in the
Well,
Croton?
that's what I was
I'm
gonna ask.
thinking if we're gonna have somebody come out and jet, I
We
would
might as
say,
well have it
I-
for the day.
For the day, because you're paying for their setup
Yes.
and their breakdown, so you may as well.
might as well get both of them done.
Okay, I'll get
Yeah.
on the phone tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
That seems like a day's work, right? Those-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Any questions on that? Okay.
No, a little disappointed on the Reservoir Road that we did the work. and,
I
you
know.
know.
Well, we fixed the one repair.
Well, we did fix the one repair.
problem, it was the other one that, and then that was a big debacle,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that was fun.
Brian had a great day out there.
Yeah.
All right, so something that was, is not on the agenda, because I forgot to put it on, that I just wanted to bring up, is that Starkdale Farms, the project that's Town of Pawling and Town of Dover, reached out to us to look into, our capacity for possibly taking on that. They, I told them that we would need information for our engineer to crunch numbers and look at it. They just gave us that information. I have passed it on to Brian. Brian, I know, needed some information from you as well, which you just got to him. So Brian's gonna be
Yeah.
working on that report and getting that to us maybe next week or so?
Yeah, early next week,
Okay.
or tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. So I did let
Yeah,
the
we'll-
engineers know for the project, Insight Engineering, John Watson, I let him know that, we don't have a report yet, and that we should have it soon, and that, it would be discussed at our September meeting.
Is that something they might want to attend, do you think, or?
They might, so that's why we'll see. I don't wanna, we got a lot going on, so I don't wanna put too much pressure on Brian, but, when we get that
No,
report,
you're good.
then we'll, I'll let them know, and we can let them know the September date, so they can come and talk about the project, and so we'll go from there.
They came in with a lot of units, right, a lot more than they originally stated?
I don't think that they gave, I don't think they gave you that, they gave the numbers,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not an
They were
engineer,
in-
the flow and all that he needed in order
Sure.
to calculate everything. So I don't think I have the package.
They brought it to Dover, 'cause they were in front of Dover's planning board the other day, so we've been hearing about it the last few days.
Okay.
It sounds like it's a lot bigger than what the original.
What they original, the March
Yeah, I think it's
thing at
6
Lakeside
or
is
7
bigger than
yeah,
that
it's like
now?
600 or 700 units, I can call now. Housing, 4 in the packet.
There's a lot of things proposed, a lot of different.
Right, there's 400, yeah, my
Wow.
part of Dover's plan, right, there's 400 condos, 100 residential lots, 200 units of workforce housing,
Okay.
plus commercial and
And the
retail.
hotel, yeah, retail, hotel.
So I was like, wow, I saw part of the Dover meeting, I think they're coming in front of the Pawling planning board on the 19th.
Okay.
So they have all those numbers there at that one.
You gonna have that at Lakeside, you think, again, or?
No, right here at the planning board, submit a first submittal at the town hall, but, yeah, those are, I mean, it's a lot bigger than what, again, we anticipated. So we'll see how it goes for them.
Yeah, we'll see what their flow numbers look,
Yeah.
what they're talking about. so.
Right, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hmm.
All right, well, that's where we're at. The town projects, the woods, I know that Christine has been working with John Zarowski from Labella on getting what the health department was looking for, dedication and all that information.
They applied for temporary COs, just, so you know, the woods.
But I know the health department is requiring everything to get done before they can get a CO.
Yeah, I think they're getting a temporary CO they
Okay.
applied for. It was discussed at the planning board meeting this past week, because they had to put up a bond for some of the stuff that was included,
Well-
like the bus stop and things like that.
Just make sure they understand that the health department has a lot
Yeah.
to say in this
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah, maybe I'll have, I could have Michael,
yeah, you might want him
The
to
engineer
touch
says
base
stuff.
with Jim Teed,
okay.
because Jim Teed's all over this,
Mm.
so, and then ASPCA, I don't know, do we have anything about them? Do you have anything, Jim?
No.
So I think
There's
we're
a lot of
gonna,
people
if
that
you
work every day.
can you get us an update for the September meeting
Yeah,
then?
for sure.
Because we kinda are in the dark with this one.
We were hoping to get a site visit with everybody up there, with you guys as well on our board, but it's just with the weather and stuff, it's been tough to get it coordinated on their side. They want certain people from their organization present too.
I just would like to just have better dialogue
Sure.
between our office
Sure.
and so that we know where we're at.
That's very early though, right? I don't know what the, I
Yeah,
don't
well-
know off the top of my head what the projected completion date is. There's a lot of people up there.
They're moving though.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Have they installed their septic tanks yet? Have those been put in?
I don't know, I haven't, other
So
than
those
the
are all things,
pre-construction,
because we
yeah.
need to be able to inspect those before they're
As,
covered
as it
back
goes
up.
along, that's what I was just gonna ask Brian, if he's been in touch with their
Well,
engineers.
Well,
He's just getting
Brian's,
brought up to speed.
it's still in Labella's
Okay.
hands.
Right.
So that's my, ASPCA is not Labella? Oh, so Brian's getting up to speed with that. So this is where it's been a
Yeah,
little.
I got a bunch of emails, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a little transition
I'm getting caught
here.
up.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Brian.
yeah, because the way I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, as these projects move forward, our engineer
Yes,
inspects it before they bury it, checks the
Yes.
lines, part of the
that's
process.
exactly
to-
how it's supposed to happen,
Right.
yes.
Yep.
And that's the confusing thing with the woods, because it was Labella, and they were out there inspecting the tanks, the septic
Yeah.
tanks and all that. But, you know, once that project's done, then Brian gets the, so I'm trying to loop Brian into some of the Lavella projects before the project's over, so that he's,
aware of.
yeah, because, yeah. Anyway, all right, so do you have anything else, Brian, before we move on?
No, I'm all
Okay,
set there.
all right, so, moving on to consultants, and James, did you have anything else?
No, that's
Okay.
it.
So moving on to the consultants, Joe, did you have anything that you wanted to bring up?
Sorry, I was taking myself off mute there. No,
Okay.
anything other than kind of, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, thank
No worries
you.
there.
Okay, thank you. Brian, did you have anything else that we didn't address on the agenda?
No, just the, I know they're seeing which way the storm's tracking, right, over, tomorrow and Saturday.
Yep,
I don't know if just, you know, I know everybody's swamped here with everything going on, but just, I guess where we have those, flow meters set up for the I&I study.
yep,
If they just pop manholes quick just to make sure there's not, you know, obstructions or anything, it's like, I think it could be a good weekend to potentially get some good data for wet weather, so.
okay. All right, so
And we'll-
Rich heard that.
So you guys are doing that?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll be out there first thing.
Okay.
I have a quick question for Brian on a separate matter.
Okay,
Sure.
Brian, up at TP, they did the work where they put the new line in.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a concern that there was some issues. As I said, it's nice to have our engineers put eyes on projects when it's connected to our system. And I know that there was a small issue up there with that. I just want to see if we can keep that in our back of our mind for the next project that comes up. That we get it in writing or do what we need to do to be able to have access before they bury stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah, no, I agree,
And-
yeah.
Christine and I did say that at one of the Monday meetings that we were gonna put a call into Trinity Pawling to try to resolve that for moving forward for any other projects as well as any project. So we still need to do that. Okay. Rich, you're up.
We had a couple issues at the plant last month. Number one, we got hit by lightning, Cascada on the 1st. We had a lightning strike there. And we had Aaron's Associated come out on the 3rd. They had to replace a Ethernet switch that got hit by lightning. So that was a big deal. And then we did have the Levan controls stop out to look at the VFD that we've been having problems with. So he spent one day troubleshooting it. He wanted to come back and do another thing. He did come back and I was standing with him. He turned it on, he turned it off, and it blew up. It just, sparks went all over. So we're gonna have to pick up another VFD. And at this point, and Brian's aware of the conditions that the VFDs are in, it's not a good, it's a damp environment.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have this problem
Yeah.
for a while until a solution comes about. So we're gonna have to get prices on that. Just a couple call-out alarms, nothing serious, high level. Everything else has been good at the plant.
Okay. Any questions for Rich?
No, thank you.
Brian, have any questions for Rich?
No, I just wanted to add, just real quick, I did reach out to, Laban there about that NEMA 12 VFD, and I haven't heard back yet if that would work. It dimensionally is correct. It has the right horsepower rating. It doesn't have a dynamic braking system, but the motor's small. So Rich, I just didn't know if you want, or I could try them again tomorrow, just see if that other one will work, because at least that will give us some resistance to condensation, and it may last longer, and it should fit in that existing bucket, and it's a similar price, so.
That'd be good. Oh, that'd be really good. Yeah, Brian, if
I
you
didn't take
could,
any feedback one way or another yet, so.
yeah, if you
from,
can
the-
follow up on that, Brian, that would be great.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
All right. So now I need a motion.
I'm sorry, before we do that, can I ask a couple of quick questions?
Sure.
Joe, are you unmuted? You will be.
Joe?
I got that, yes I am, I can hear
There you go. I was giving you time. Joe, Jerry, how you doing? So I have.
I swear to God, this foot really is getting better.
Are you actually mobile now, starting next week, or are you still delayed in getting mobile?
I think I'm mobile. I have to have one more doctor's appointment, but it certainly feels better. I've had several good reports on it. I feel like I could walk on it, but I'm
Okay.
trying to behave. So
All right.
thank you for asking, but
Okay.
I'm getting there. But yeah, anyway, go ahead, Jerry, I'm sorry.
So Joe, I have two separate questions, and they both have to deal with how we go about doing these things. One of them is for a rate increase. Do you know offhand what the steps would be for us to get a rate increase, to get that started?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the commission is entitled to increase the rates as, by motion, and resolution of the commission. And, I guess I would say that the initial step is to develop some understanding among yourselves, among the commissioners, of what that need is, right? In other words, what the right number is, and put it on the table as part of the public process. But that, you certainly have the right to do that, and I would even say maybe the obligation to do it if the commission is compromised by its current rate structure.
Yeah, so, for instance, we had Christine go over all the financials at our last meeting, and we are in pretty dire situation financially, so, I mean, we were going to be raising these rates year and a half ago?
2 years.
2 years ago. So we had all of those numbers crunched and the rate figured out and all that back then, but now that's 2 years old. So we're probably gonna have to now take a look at those numbers, and, cause, I mean, they'd still be a good step, but they might not be a big enough step of what we need, so we're gonna probably need somebody to take a look at that and see where that lands as to whether that's gonna do enough for us or not. I hate to, move forward with a rate increase and then 6 months later, we gotta look at another one or something. I mean, that's kinda crazy. It's a lot of work, you want it to last a little bit.
You don't wanna be wrong, right?
Yeah. So I guess the first step would be for us to take a look at it and have maybe Brian, and of course, this is gonna be stuff that Dan Stone did 2 years ago, so now, Brian might have to take a look at this and see where we might land with all the formula, and Joe probably would have to work with Brian on that to get a proposal for us. And then I guess we would then vote on it, and then you'd have to have a public hearing and everything, correct, Joe? I would think so, right?
I think so.
We did have one previously, but it's.
But then we didn't take action,
Right,
so,
But was that based on the new formula that we were gonna try to put in place?
right, which we still
So
don't
hopefully they should be able
have.
to, with the old formula,
Yeah,
extract the numbers.
Maybe a little tweaking.
Yeah.
So
Ultimately, I'd like to have that new
Jeff Smith-
formula, but for now,
Jeff Smith has a pretty good
oh, that's
handle on
right,
it,
I forgot about Jeff.
cause he worked pretty closely.
Yeah,
with
he's
Dan.
working with Dan
Yeah.
Stone, so that would be good to reach out to Jeff.
And I have a conference call with him tomorrow, so.
Oh, good, okay.
So would that be Joe, would that be a public hearing that we could open on one night and then close it and then do the rate increase the same night, or would it have to stay open and then have another meeting to do the rate increase on a separate night, or could it be
Well,
done?
if you're comfortable that, the
public's been heard and that no new issues have arisen as part of that public hearing, like when you open it and, you know, let's say you heard something that gave you some pause or something, you wanted more information, you certainly could hold it open, but you also could open it, hear everything, you know, feel comfortable, close it, and vote.
And then vote, okay, perfect, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Joe. The other question is, District 4, James, you mentioned that you're having a public hearing on the 14th.
14th,
So that's for sewer District 4, which is
22 south.
20, is that south of Castagna to the town line, is that?
Yeah, that's south, excuse me, south to the Patterson Town line.
Okay. I just want to be sure that we're all on the same page on what the batting order would be, so to speak, as far as, you know, does LaBerge send that, all the engineering reports over to Brian?
Yeah, so, and the birds will be down at that meeting next Wednesday, you know, talking about this, the thing, but they'll have to, I don't know if we ever linked them up with Brian yet, have they?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, I know they
So
want
I
to put
think
the damn
that
stone.
needs to happen.
You know what?
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
All right.
So if you can
we
work
get
on
that.
getting Ron LaBerge to send stuff to Brian so he can at least review it, and then if the two need to connect to discuss it.
Yeah, we do it right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That actually answered my question, Joe, thanks.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so, this is set up differently than I normally do at the village board meeting, so I'm confused. Normally, we close our meeting, open executive session. Are we doing executive session without closing the meeting?
Well,
You can do executive session now as part of the meeting. It's a little bit of
Okay.
tomato.
Okay,
Yeah, as part of your, since you're, yeah, you can move to go in executive session,
okay,
then come out and close your meeting at the same time.
okay. All right, so can I get a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, I guess we're going upstairs.
So,
You
let
got-
Brian go.
Laura, you'll
Oh,
call me?
Here.
Yeah, Joe, I'll call you and we'll let Brian, thank you, you don't have to hang on.
All right, guys. Well, have a good
I
night.
think if you can,
Right.
because
I know.
the
And
whole
that's not a lot of-
appointment
I understand.
situation.
I know, I already sent an email to Stephanie, I'll, I'll wait down here if you want. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, I'm-
just because I don't know,
I
so,
understand, so I want to ask before I drive to what.
yeah, okay. All right, so Christine, I don't think you need to be up there.
No,
so-
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm going over
She's just
here.
getting off camera, is that it?
Yeah, keep in mind.
I'm getting out of the camera.
I told Stephanie you'll be emailing her tomorrow morning for that machine, okay?
I don't think we'll be
That's fine.
long.
I just don't want to sit on the camera. I'm over being Hollywood.
Yeah, I was looking, I wasn't sure where it was.
Huh?
I was looking, I'm like, where is the camera? I looked right past it.
I don't stand
Is the
in
volume
my
on
face.
still too?
Yes.
No, it is.
Yeah, we don't turn it off.
Wow. Okey-dokey. I may dip out myself, but he doesn't do it. I thought Kathy got that stuff over. That she was digging up.
Right.
Peter's side. Yeah. So they were like, no way. I was hoping they're gonna try and revive the deal somehow. Is that the chapel that's in Lakeside Park? It has to be, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Where was it?
Still there?
Yeah, it's back
Is it
by
still
the, it's
there?
back by the circle, by the flagpole now. They moved it.
It is still there.
Where was that picture taken? That's pretty awesome.
There's a lot of really good pictures there.
Yeah, it's cool. There's some cool little photos here. Did Congressman Lawler ever rent that space across the street from Bortini? I thought they were looking where the annex fireworks was.
Never heard anything about it.
They had called over to town hall. I told them to talk to the mayor. They were looking for like a campaign office between now and November.
I don't know. Anyone contacted her?
No.
I didn't hear anything about it.
It'd be nice to have,
Haven't seen anything.
it'd be nice to have them in town. Then you probably get the protesters and stuff. Yeah, it's like, it's never ending.
Yeah.
Never ending battle.
Yeah.
Tramps and stuff, that kind of more meeting, I got meeting with neighbors tomorrow.
With the neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, there's some hands there, some sort of folks are so sick. It's from the planning board, I'm like, you can't get upset until the process is done. Like, you know, we told them like, because Trump's been operating there. It's like it's not our fault. The previous planning board, the previous attorneys gave them their use, you know, and now they've been challenged, and it's fine, we'll I come in, and there's stinks when you're screaming out, like, no, you're upset, and at the end of the meeting, it's like, it's like, you can't comment on planning matters. All the time. It's never ending, you know? That's Governor Dewey, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. They have
Where
pictures.
did they got all this stuff from? Like,
It's pretty cool
probably
stuff.
Zoom.
Yeah, there's pictures of Governor Dewey, of it, you know, Jim McCarthy's house.
Huh?
And there's like, some of the stuff in town hall, like, he went to some of the old historical things in the basement. And there's pictures of President Hoover
Wow.
and Dewey and Walton and Pawling. I'm like, everybody's going around, they're like, oh no, I wasn't president. I'm like, here's the black and white, literally says President Hoover, presidential candidate Governor Dewey, like,
Yeah.
guys, you have an amazing history here. Why is this like framed
It
and
should be.
displayed? It's amazing how many of these people, and there's pictures of Roosevelt here in Pawling. Pretty wild stuff. It's like sitting on a shelf in the basement.
We got a bunch of stuff from whoever the village historian was that passed away.
Was it Rockaway?
Yeah, not him, someone before him. Was it, people are really good.
Yeah. These cool photos are pretty neat. Yeah, it's starting to project. If it's right. Although, yeah, the Dover forms didn't seem that bad.
Their form.
Yeah, like online, the polling one was crazy all the time. The Dover one is just like, yeah, no. It's like amazing to see the good questions.
Yeah, I see it.
There's nothing screaming and yelling.
No, I think you left it on the floor.
I definitely did. It's not on the table.
Yeah, I see him upstairs sitting somewhere. There's orange, right? Does it have orange right?
Gatorade water,
Yeah.
so it's not real water.
Church.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
that
the
is.
church, that's right, yeah.
That's serious.
I thought that was on
Wow.
Tuesday.
That's what I thought.
Never a bad day from John.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, so can I get a motion to close the executive session?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No votes were taken or decisions made. So can I get a motion to close the Pawling Joint Sewer Commission meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Nobody's on the phone, right?
No,
No, everybody's got